Hello to you. I'm Jessie Johnson once again. Now, this is part 3. This video is in 3 short parts, and we left off at F7 in the second part. If you have not seen the second and first parts, please do so now. That way you will understand part 3 much more thoroughly. We stopped at F7, and as you remember, we had a short table of contents. A was definitions of the words being used. B, institutions. C, organizations involved. D, social levels. E, general methods. F, methods and techniques, of where we'll start with F7 right now. And G, purposes and reasons. Now, to continue, F7, which includes the methods of brainwashing using tactics against the mind, such as disruption, confusion, degrading, protracting, belittling, undermining command, using psychochemicals, drugs, reducing individual or an adversary's will, lowering a person's morality or a group of people or a whole population's morality, discouraging aggression, deception, influence, usurping a person's abilities. We'll go to 8. To brainwash an individual or millions to billions of people at once, you must change their attitudes, values, beliefs. You must subvert the mind by psychological tactics to control thinking, behavior, emotions, decisions, by breaking down the ego self-identity while replanting another identity. You must introduce salvation, some form of religious salvation, rebuilding a public self, using subliminal messages, rewards or punishment tactics. You must lie habitually to him or her, or them or us. You must attack what's important to the people or a person, calling them stupid and other negatives, manipulating their relationships, wearing them down, using compliments as weapons, project a future for an individual or groups or whole populations, isolate them to the extreme, humiliate them, accusing you, using unpredictable attacks, physically or mentally, batterings, fatiguing a person, implant suicidal thoughts in the person, depression, implant violence of every form into the person, anxiety production, indoctrination, pressuring, denial of good things, producing self-betrayal, which leads you to the breaking points. This is a technique. Compulsions to go along. This is what you want to do to get out of it. Create resignation mentally, using guilt, compliance, invasive influence, totalitarian control of eating, sleeping, going to the restroom, etc. Using multi-step processes on you, etc. We'll go to number 9. To do behavior modification of an individual or millions of people at once, use reinforcement against them, punishment for small infractions, desensitization, and biofeedback, etc. This is what is being used against you. We'll go to number 10. To use psychological operations or Psych-Ops for individual or groups. This is what's being used against you. using pamphlets, flyers, false information to mislead, demoralize by hit-and-run attacks, use less than lethal type weapons, mentally and physically. Radio broadcasts use strategic as well as operational and or tactical means to influence the emotions, motives, objective, reasoning, and behavior. This is what is used against you. 11. To mind control someone. You deal in thought reform, coercive control, malignant mental control techniques, confusion, distortion of their reality. This is what's used against you. Negative persuasion and influence, brain lobotomies, electromagnetic frequency, brain and senses testing, stripping away your personal identity and dignity and independence and critical and logical thinking abilities. Intimidate, disrupt your core values. This is what's used against the millions and you. Disrupt your beliefs and your preferences. Disrupt your decision-making strengths. Twist your behavior, your relationships, your personality to distort perception. Affect your cognition outcome using subtle, insidious processes. We'll go to G. The purposes of brainwashing, behavior modification, mind control, and psychological operations, or Psych-Ops, for general purpose. This is against you and the billions. Since the easiest way to grasp this is by the 12 universal institutions of humanity, brainwashing and so forth are all based on one reason: social and cultural purpose. All of it. And you, yes you, are a member of all of it. You are not separate from the rest of the human race. You are not separate from anything physically or mentally. All is one. And the human race's world is highly negative because of this. So there's billions of humans, each one in an internally contradictory and deep confused waking coma state, except for newborn babes, the very young, and the true spiritually awake. Everyone else is brainwashed and or mind controlled and or behavior modified, and everyone being policed by everyone else, by the billions, to keep the social cultural nightmare going. That is its purpose, to keep it going. No one escapes, and every individual's life rots from birth to death in all 12 universal institutions, which are, once again, art, economics, education, family, the most important of all institutions, law, medical, mass media, political, poverty, religion, science, and the spirituality, holy business. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching. Please share this video of how we human beings are messing over each other in the multi-billions, and the whole human race is being messed over by every individual that makes up the human race. And have a good day. Please share this video. Thank you.